Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Blender video from your boy Hunter. So you want to be a game developer, huh? So let's say you got UPBGE and you thought you're gonna make a game, but you have no idea where to get started. So I made a small game for you guys. So I can walk around. As you can hear, I've got some sound effects. I've got a small flashlight. It's got a nice yeah, got some nice ambient noise in the background. I made a huge map so I can explore it. I can run. Now there's nothing more to do except running around and looking around and the hell, where did I put this at? When did I do that? I didn't even remember doing that. What? That's weird. Okay, so that's new. Okay, so I don't remember putting in a thing like that. But as you can see, everything works pretty good. I mean, I get close to something. No clipping going on. I don't have feet, obviously. And then just for you horror fanatics. Yeah, baby, let's go. It's a ghost. Yeah. Alright, so we've got a basic game going on here. So let's get started. Let's see how this is done. Alright, I'm going to go to this view. Okay, so the main sound is actually coming from, well, the ambient sound is coming from this speaker right here. The rest is coming from the character itself. Now this is what the map looks like, but I'm going to do a new one for you guys. So I'm going to go File, and New, and General. I'm not even going to save that. Alright, so basically what you're looking at right now is the basic scene for Blender. Alright, awesome. So delete everything, Shift A, add a mesh, add a plane. I'm gonna scale this in edit mode. I'm gonna scale it maybe, let's make it 50. Yeah, 50 should be fine. Whoa, yes, 50. There we go. And then I want to scale it on the Y, SY, and I'm gonna do 10. 10 is too much. Let's try 1. SY 1. Let's try 5. 2. Yeah, 2 should be fine. That gives you this nice map you can work with. Alright, so now we need a loop cut right here in the center. And I'm gonna go ahead and press Ctrl E and subdivide. That gives me even faces. I'm gonna give it subdivisions, and I want to make the subdivisions about, let's make it, let's try 100. That might be a little too much. Yeah, it might be a little too much. Try 50. Well, we can actually make our own walls. Just give this a nice opening so we can actually work with this. So nice geometry to actually cut into and make like a height map or anything like that, but we're not going to do height maps. Okay, so get started by actually adding in a cube now. So tab, Shift A, mesh, and now we need the default cube. Hey buddy, how you doing? It's been a long time since I've actually had to use you. I feel bad for not using you too much. I might actually delete you again, just because I don't like you. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna turn on some music and we're gonna have a good time. Alright. What? I didn't know that's possible. Anyway, that was weird. Okay, so not YouTube. YouTube music, please. Yeah, let's go. Listen to Scar. Me, I'm a real rocker. If you have a problem with that, take it up with my lawyer. If I don't have one will be appointed to me in the court of law. Fly to the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. Oh yeah. I'll leave a link to Scar's music in the description if you want to go and listen to him. I actually do have permission to use his music. He said his music does not have content ID turned on, so don't worry about using it as a YouTube video and getting copyright strikes. I'm not sure about New Reserve. I'll see what happens when I have to use New Reserve. Now I just want to get the size right. Let's put this on vertex. So bring it in, and there we go. Now there's a reason I'm doing it like this, making the outer walls first and then going for the... What the fuck just happened? You piece. How hard can it be just to move, huh? Jesus. I don't know why this thing is bugging out like this. But okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get there. We're gonna make an ice map out of this. Now that's just going to be the... I'm not sure... Okay, there should be a... Just do this. Now this is going to be the outer wall, so we can have a reference to work with while we're actually making the map. Now what we need to do with these, as you know, this actually does make a... you can see it already. I did something wrong. Which side was it? It might be this side. Weird as fuck. I'm gonna skip the song because I don't like the song at all. I've got weird memories on this. I've got bad memories on that one. Sorry, if you like country roads, that's your thing, but I'm sorry, I'm not gonna listen to that right now. Alright, so I think we have a big ass map we can actually walk around on. Okay, so I'm gonna take this loop right here. If it's gonna allow me to take the whole bloody loop. I'm gonna have to join these. Control J. What in the name of fuck are you doing? Get rid of those faces, piece of shit. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Alright, so I'm gonna make a room. Control B. Playable. There we go. Now that's how we get started. Now we're gonna start by making our walls and stuff. I'm gonna use this one wall to work from. Just like that. Gonna be too small. I need to bring the outer walls in, well, up. Let's see if it's gonna allow me to select these loops separately. You son of a bitch. Why is my mouse freaking out like this? Something's not right with my mouse. It's like it's moving on its own. No, there's a new mouse, so it shouldn't do this. Do I have my... yeah, the drivers are on. Alright, so that should be it. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. Then I'm gonna select these outer rings. If I can get this selected. Should, yep. G and G. Shift F and just tab. Just to run and walk. Yep, that should be good. Maybe I should just get used to this new mouse. Because my previous mouse didn't even have something like drivers, it just was there. It was just... I'm using an X-Fire mouse, so this is something new for me. Something a little bit more expensive. No, I think I made this map a little too big. Come on, just work with me for once, man. Come on, you piece of shit. Just snap to that. Thank you. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get angry and then I'm gonna get annoyed. Now, I just need to remind you guys, game development isn't something you wanna think about, you know, It's gonna happen in one day. You're gonna make an awesome game in one day. It's gonna release in one day and everybody wants to play that. No, it doesn't work like that. You are gonna have to do a lot of work to get everything to work properly, and you're gonna have to have a lot of damn patience. I do have a lot of patience, but sometimes when something bugs out on me, I just lose it. Then I'm like, nah, why did I lose it? Alright. I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna be back when I'm done with all of these. Alright, I'm back. A few cups of coffees later, and still a few things I have to fix. There we go. Now you've got your whole map and you have whatever you need to actually make it playable. You have access to every room. Make sure you have access to every room. I found that I didn't have access to some of the rooms, and I don't want it to be too obvious. I mean, coming into this room, going to that one, not gonna happen. But if you access this room, you can go through and actually go through there. To get into this one, let's see if I actually have access to this. Yes, I do. From here, boom. So make it as confusing as possible. Let's say it like that. I want to make it confusing as possible to navigate through this. Now, the way we want to spawn in is not in a huge area like this. We want something really small. Something, you know, yeah. There's gonna be a spawn point. Awesome. So now we need our character. Shift A, mesh, and a cube. There we go. So I'm gonna use the cube. I'm gonna go. Oh shite. Okay, just get rid of that. Shift A, mesh, and cube again. GZ. Make sure it's above the surface. There we go. Now I'm gonna do. Tab into edit mode. Good God. Is Shift Z. Make them nice and small. Something like this. I'm making sure you can fit through that door. Yes, you can. Awesome. But actually, let's test it out. Let's see. Yeah, just right. We're good to go. Tap into edit mode, make 2 loop cuts across, and S Shift Z, and make it nice and rounded. Alright, I'm gonna bring it up a little bit so I can actually see the tops and the bottoms for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete these vertices and faces and all that fun stuff. The shit we do not need for this character. X delete. Yeah, Pokemon baby. I'm not really a Pokemon fan. I've seen a couple of episodes. I think the main character's name is Ash. And the only Pokemon I really know is Pikachu. Pikachu! I'm just curious, how did they come up with the name Pikachu? Were they like in a room talking about, okay, so we need a name for this character. What should it be? What about you pick? And the other guy was like, Achoo! And he's like, you know, that actually works. Because I told you to pick, and he was like, Achoo! Maybe Pikachu. Pikachu! Ah! Oh man, I'm talking a ton of shit right now. Alright, so the next thing you want to do, we're not going to give it physics just yet. No physics just yet. Make sure you go Shift S cursor to selected. Make sure this cursor is right there. I'm going to Shift A and I'm going to add a few things. Empty. The first empty I want is a cube. I'm going to go to the empty tab and I'm going to bring the size off. Okay, you can do it like this. I'm just going to hold in my Shift button and actually bring it down just like that. Then I'm going to Shift A and I'm going to add a camera. Camera. There we go. Alt R, RX 90. Okay, so now you know what the x-axis is for this camera. I'm gonna put it inside of the modified cube, and I'm gonna parent it to this cube. I'm gonna hit object, and that's gonna be fine. Alright, don't go crazy and give me a second. Don't go crazy and try to actually make this thing look up and down and give this thing the rotations. That might get buggy and you don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I might actually have to do that, but I don't want to. Oh god, it's fine. I'll just leave it as is because scaling is gonna be a problem, and we need to scale if we want to crouch. If you're not gonna be crouching underneath anything, I guess we can actually get away with this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and oh yeah, and if you have a problem with my music, leave a comment down below so I can roast you about my music. You're not gonna tell me jack shit about what I'm listening to, so fuck you. mute the fucking thing if you have a problem. Alright, so viewport display, I want to make sure that it's set to wire. This needs to be a wireframe. Alright, and then we take this guy, and well, actually this guy first, then this guy, Control P, object, and then this guy, along with this guy, Control P, object, and then this guy goes up, GZ, going to side view. So I'm just gonna turn it around and see, yep, it'll be fine. Awesome. Alright, so there's your first person shooter basic setup. Now, if you want hands and anything on a flashlight, I think we can do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually make sure I am in the center of the scene. Just press Shift C and see. Yep, there's the center. Okay, I'm gonna go file and import one of my OBJ files or FBX files. Do I have my characters? I'm just gonna go with Mac. I think it was this one with his skin. Yeah, that's him. He already has an animation, but we don't need the animations at all. So I'm gonna turn to edit mode. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to go to the Miximo slot real quickly so I can actually generate a rig. Make a control rig out of this. I'm gonna have to delete everything except for the arms. As you can see, we do have the arms separate. So first I'm gonna start by deleting anything I do not need. Choose, name it. Okay, so Control L. I just need the arms, just the hands, that's it. Whoa, no. Why are you doing this? Okay. What is this? It's a bloody vertex, are you serious? Well, a few vertices. I just need the arm, man. Alright, so now I'm gonna edit the armature as well. The bones I do not need, I'm gonna get rid of. Maybe get rid of the torso as well. And the head, and we should be good to go. Maybe get rid of I just need to make sure where this is actually. Yeah, these are actually parented to this guy. I think it's this one. No, this one. I'm gonna bring it up. Z. I'm gonna put it right there. So we have for some pole targets, we should be able to actually animate these arms and control tab. Let's just control tab, all, Alt G, Alt R. There we go. Now you can see some of these, wait a minute. What is this? What is this? What is this? Okay, these are shoulders. Strange. Okay, I need a new pose for this. I'm gonna go into front view and just see if I can actually get these in place first. You can see the shoulders are also messed up along with the pole targets. Now that's a problem with Mixamo Fuse rig. We have a nice IK on this, but I don't think I should use this. Yeah, maybe not use this because yeah, it's I'm just talking about the rig. That's it. I'm just talking about the rig. Maybe I shouldn't use the rig because it's completely bugged out, or I'm gonna have to bring back all of those bones I've deleted. Maybe that's if it's gonna allow me to. Okay, that's the furthest I can go. Crap. Alright. We can do this. We can do this. So I'm gonna quickly give this a simple rig, and then I'll be back when I'm done with that. Alright, so I'm done. I made a IK rig from, well, the general rig. So yeah, I just deleted some of the bones and hopefully it generated my rig. Awesome. Now we can actually use this to make like a flashlight and, well, all that fun stuff. So instead of just having the character, we are going to have arms now. So I'm gonna get this. Let me just get all the way up here, man, because now we need to get him all the way over there. So I'm making sure he's aiming in the right direction. No, he's not. RZ 180. Control A. And rotation. Alright. Now obviously this is going to be too big, so I'm gonna have to GZ and then start scaling it down until it's close to the camera as possible. Because we need the arms inside of the camera, obviously. So if I go into camera view now, that's what you're going to be seeing. Okay. So I'm going to basically try and line this up with the camera itself. I'm not going to... Well, I can actually do this. Shift S because it is selected, and then Shift S. Selection to cursor. There we go. No, I did the wrong way around. Shift S, because it's selected. Shift S, selection to cursor. GZ. What in the name of hell? Did I just duplicate it? Looks like it. Delete. What the fuck was that? Okay, that looks like it would work. Because we don't have the arms in the... Well, we don't have the arms in it just yet. But now, we need to go ahead and go to its physics properties now and turn it from static to no collision. This does not need collisions at all. The only thing that's going to have collision is this guy right here. Now I think I can actually delete this bone. I don't really need it. That would be fine. Alright. Now we need to get a nice pose for this, but before we do that, before we add the light or anything else, I'm gonna start modeling a simple flashlight. Just something we can look at. Now this is not a modeling tutorial per se, but yeah. Cursor to selected and Shift A and mesh, and I'm gonna do a cylinder. I'm gonna give it about you piece of shit, my keyboard just bugged out. Why in the name of fuck are these stuck? What the hell? Somebody wasted something here. Divided by 2. Why aren't you dividing it? Divided by 2. Jesus. 16 should be fine. Yeah. Alright, so tab S Shift Z. Alright, set Shift Z, you piece. There's Z. Okay, I'm gonna go from normal to global again. Alright. Alright, a simple flashlight. Now we got a flashlight. Yay! Ooh, yay! That's so awesome. Alright, so it doesn't look like a flashlight, so yeah, whatever. Alright, so now we have a huge flashlight and it has absolutely no color. No collision, please. And then I'm gonna go new and I'm gonna call this flash. Why am I... Alright, so there we have it. Now this just needs some textures. Control tab and then just bring its textures in. So I'm gonna do that real quickly by actually just going new and just going for base color, and let's go ahead and image texture, open. Are these the PNGs? Yep, these are the PNGs, and then this one. There you go. Now it has textures as well. Awesome, 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 cool. Now we have arms. We can use this side as well, maybe to use a gun later on, maybe. But let's just parent this now. To the camera itself. Alright, so now we need animation. Now if we want a head bob, something like this, that's actually pretty easy to do. And I'll teach you a few tricks of the trade, I guess. So if you want this flashlight to have a little bit of a delay while you're actually turning, I'm going to go to the camera. And then I'm going to go to my object data properties. I'm going to go all the way down to relations and then bring this up to slow parent, and maybe about 7 or 8 should be fine. This guy, we're not going to give any slow parent to it because yeah, we don't need slow parent on that. Now as you can see, the flashlight is yeah, we can actually just bring this up if we wanted to. I'm not gonna do a slow parent on this because we want this to be consistent with the model. Alright, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna start by doing animations for this. Now I should have animations on this, but it's fine. I'm gonna start at 1. Make sure I've got this guy selected. Now I'm gonna go ahead and insert the location. So king, just location. I don't need rotation, I just need location. So I'm gonna insert that, making sure it only has the location. Go to summary, location, as you can see, location. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead to frame 40. I'm gonna insert that again. And then I'm gonna go to frame 20 and GZ. There you go. So now you got a head bob. But now we will need one for running as well. I'm gonna start that at frame 50. And I'm gonna stop it at frame 70. So I'm gonna insert this. So now it should go a little faster, as you can see. Alright, so we have to test this out somehow. And how do we test it? Is we make logic for this. Now, making logic for this, why am I actually explaining this with my fucking hands? I don't have my camera. Oh man. Yeah, and then you would have seen me taking a sip of my coffee and lighting something I cannot disclose on YouTube. Yep. Alright, so now we need to make sure this actually works. So getting the animation right and all that, but I think it should be fine. Alright, before we get started with the animations itself, I just want to teach you something. I'm going to turn on my bloom. Alright? I'm gonna give it a little bit of ambient occlusion, giving this eerie feeling to the walls. And then I don't really like motion blur, but we can use motion blur. Then high quality normals, volumetrics, volumetric shadows, just for now. Volumetric blending I'm gonna leave off. What the fuck's going on outside? Did they just turn off my bloody power? Now the UPS isn't running, so shadows, I need crisp shadows on this. So bring the shadows up to the highest you can go, high depth, normals, and then lighting threshold. As you can see, we can play with the threshold, but I don't want to mess around with this too much. Indirect lighting, we're not going to mess around with that. Alright, so now we have something that says bias and auto bake and all that fun stuff. We don't need to mess around with this, because we are working with a game, right? Alright, so now making sure we got all of this. I'm not gonna start the game. Yeah, I'll be using the render like this because my recorder just stops recording when I actually go into the game itself. I'm not talking about the game like this. I'm talking about the game if I actually have to go to the render tab and actually start the game full screen and desktop. I'm not gonna do that. And I can use viewport display, that's fine, but I'm not gonna do that as well. Now we need to check out the frame rate. Now frame rate, I really like to run this at 60 frames per second, so go set that to 60 frames. Don't go 120, 60 frames. And I think that's it. Now my resolution, 1920 by 1080. Aspect ratio, that's fine. Let's see about the anti-aliasing. Nothing, no AA sample, nothing. Alright, so you cannot change it from here, unfortunately. Now it's time to make it a little darker. We need a dark environment for this to work. Just dark enough so it looks eerie enough for you to actually freak out when you're walking around. Can even bring the strength down a little bit. Alright, that should be good. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to tap into edit mode for this guy. Let's see if we can make one more loop cut that runs all the way across. Now there's a reason I'm doing this. You want to be able to see where you're going at all times and what the fuck's going on there. Kicking your can all over the place. I think there might be an extra face in here. Where is my wireframe? We will fuck you up. I don't get it. There's nothing inside here. There's no extra face. Was that the face? Now why won't you make the fucking loop cut, you piece of shit? Okay, maybe the face is over there. Looks like it. Yep. That's it. There we go. There's another face over there, so I guess I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup. So let's see where that extra face is. Probably I don't see an extra face. There's no fucking extra face. What's going on? Was that it? That was it. No, that wasn't it. Let's try to merge everything again and see what happens. Looks like it works. Alright, so right here is another problem. We cannot make that extra... Whoa. So it's somewhere over here. There's no extra fucking space in here, man. What's going on? There is an extra fucking space in there. You piece of shit. Making me worry about fucking... Oh no. Just select the bloody... Dissolve edges, please. There we go. I can see there's another face over there I need to fix. I'll do that in a second, making sure I've got everything here. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause the video and actually do a little bit of cleanup before I continue, because that's gonna be annoying. Alright, I decided just to use a brick texture on that. Why not? Now we need to do something about the floor as well. Getting the floor and new, and I'm just gonna call this floor. Cool. And Control T. New. No, not new. And then Shift S and texture, and I'm gonna go with a checker texture. Why not? And then scale the bloody thing up a lot. No, maybe like a Voronoi. Yeah, the Voronoi could work. I'm going to use a distance. Should give me something like this. Now I'm going to use the color for this and see what I'm getting. Yep, that's a lot better. I like that. I'm going to duplicate it, GZ, and just snap it to the top. Control M. There we go. So now we have a roof and we got a ton of walls, but I'm gonna hide the roof real quickly. I just want the main, you know, thing here. Alright, so now we need to place the animation on this. I'm gonna use the animation and I'm gonna go ahead to, I should actually have another animation, but Logic Brick Editor, I'm gonna add a few keyboard animation, a few keyboard sensors. I'm pressing K, UPBGE. 1, 2, 3, 4. W. WSID. Just like that. Now we need the action. Now we didn't rename that action at all, so you're gonna get a lot of this. So we have a few actions going on now, and I'm not sure which one it is, so we're gonna have to go into our dope sheet. Let's check the non-linear. There it is. Alright, so remembering the frames now. From 1 to 40. Just like that. And then we need another animation to play. So make sure this is set to loop stop. Alright, so I'm gonna add another action. So I'm just gonna do that action. And I'm gonna use that same animation. Well, the same animation. And I'm gonna start this one at 50. And we ended this one at 70. There we go. Now we got it. We got it. We got it. Don't worry. We got it. We got it. It'll be fine. Now I'm gonna wait with the sound and all that. Let's just check the timing. Yeah, we're about 1 hour. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just make another keyboard. Shift and W. Now I want this to go to a state. It's going to go to state 2. So these two are going to be, this is going to send it to state 2. There you go. Now we can go to state 2. It's going to use that animation. I'm going to have always true pulse. It's going to loop stop. Then we're going to have a keyboard. And invert. Add a state. And go to state 1. So when it's not running, it's going to go right back to state 1. I think the best thing to do actually is to... I think this one should be loop end. So it doesn't immediately goes back to... you know, start at a weird angle or something like that. So, loop end. Now, I had a problem with this setup before where it actually flips everything upside down for some unknown bloody reason. I had no idea what that was, but it was fucking funny, and I had to restart the whole fucking game again and play the game again. It happens, it happens. There are a few bugs. Now, remember, we're looking at something like this. So if I go to my flashlight, you're gonna see something like this, and I can see my walls aren't really what I want. It's too big. It's way too big. So I'm quickly gonna go to shader editor and just fix that real quickly. Shader editor and bring up the scale. Something like that. It's gonna look like this all around. So now I think what we can do, I'm gonna shift A and I'm gonna add a vector and I'm gonna make it a maybe a normal. No, it's a converter. Maybe a bump map. Vector bump. What the fuck are you doing? What's up? Why is the ship opening? I'm not pressing anything. I swear somebody's trying to hack my bloody PC or something. I don't know. I'm sorry for you, but yeah, you're not gonna get far. Yeah, something like that. Right, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna give it another texture. I want it to look good. I want it to look good. So let's use a noise texture on that. And I need a mix node. Come on, Control T. There we go. Now I need this one on generated. I'm gonna bring the scale up. Now it's mixing the wrong thing here. I need this to... Oh, it's supposed to be the mix color. That's the one I want. Come on. See what happens when I use UV? That should be good. Yeah, boy. Okay, so we got something we can use to play the game. Just making it look good already is fine. We can go back to timeline for now. Bring this back to the logic brick editor. Go out of the... oh, look at that. Alright, so now we need animations, well, logic on the character itself. So I'm gonna give it a few keyboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th one. There we go. So now we got the whole thing, and remember when we try to crouch it's gonna squish everything, so I'm not gonna do a crouch on this. So W S A D and then Shift, and the modifier is going to be W. And then T. I love this song. Wait a minute, did I give it enough? Okay, let's look at the directions. So I think this should be 0.2 and then negative 0.2. Alright, so I think, I don't know how long it's been paused, but what I've got here is yeah, I put that blend file in here. So we got sounds. I don't have jump on this. I can turn out my light. And I can do jump scares like this. Gotcha. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so I'm going to show you the logic bricks for this because for some reason my Blender just decided to, well, my recorder just decided to pause. So on the light itself, I have a keyboard, and that's T. It has an animation that actually changes the light power. So from 0 to 1, 1 being, yeah, that, and then 0 being obviously off. So if I have to turn it on and off, you can see. There you go. And then that's just for the light. On the light itself, I gave it a slow parent as well. So going down here to your object data properties for the light, you will see relations. And I've got it about 8. That's it. Alright, so now I've got a few extra things I need to show you. If I didn't show this before, if it didn't work, I'm not sure. So this is for the flashlight. This is where the clicking sound comes from. I actually got it from this website. So Pixabay. So I got my sound effects from here and I just brought it into Blender. So if I have to hit play, I press T, you can hear that sound effect playing. Now even if I walk, you can hear that playing as well. And then also what I like to do is, let me just get down here because now the video is way too long. Okay, so this is where the foot sounds come from. Now you can actually do something like this. Give it a 3D sound and actually, let's see where he is on this. Okay, this is actually on state 2. I'm going to bring up the maximum gain, and on state 1 we need 3D sounds. Bring the maximum gain up. Watch. If you had earphones, you would actually hear the footsteps on. You can actually hear it coming closer and further away. Alright, so sounds are working perfectly. If I have to play the game, let's see. Now this does look terrible. This up and down aiming is off. I think it's on this stage right here for the camera control. If I can actually get it. I think it's a camera control. I didn't set the sensitivity on state 2. Yeah, on state 2 it's still at 2. Should be 1. So now I can play the game. Alright, so these are so this is for the footsteps. Now, the main control for the head, I gave it an animation. I think you saw that. So the animation for head bob. We got the, what is this? Yeah, this goes to a state 2. This one brings it back to state 1. The action, head bob. So this is for the running animation. And the walking animation on state 1. Alright, so I think that should be wrapped up. I think I can wrap up the video from there. This is pretty straightforward. Just make sure everything is parented correctly. So later on in the game, let's say you have like pickups and stuff like that, we are going to be looking at stuff like that, like weapons and monsters and all that. I mean, who doesn't want monsters in a game like this? Making your own back rooms, fighting a monster straight from a fucking cereal box or something. Yeah, so if you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Make sure to hit the subscribe notification bell so you'll be notified for when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, have a wonderful day.